Good morning. If you're on and you're listening, it's because you're probably asking yourself, what does meditation have to do with me? And why all of a sudden people are telling me that I need to meditate or that it will work? Because it does. And we have known this for a bazillion years. And even in the back of your mind, you may have even mentioned it to yourself, maybe years ago, maybe yesterday, maybe the day before. But at some point in time, it may have even come across your mind as to, I wonder if this could really help me. This is a short conversation about why meditation really does work. It's really early in the morning. I have no eye makeup on, so my glasses will have to play. They'll have to play as my makeup. But I woke up wee early this morning to get on a Toastmasters group in Nepal. In Nepal, where the foundations of Buddhism and Hinduism reside. And I didn't get on necessarily for that reason. I just got on because I am loving this virtual environment and the fact that we can go anywhere and everywhere. It's one of the blessings of the pandemic. I just joined because I was invited to attend. But the topic of the conversation or the theme of the meeting was around books. And each person talked about a particular book that inspired them or motivates them. And of course, the being that these were folks from the area, the list of titles were awe-inspiring and thought-provoking. And I couldn't write fast enough. When they all centered around what we are all looking for is that general pursuit of life, as one of the Toastmasters eloquently put it. And it was fitting that this would actually come up after I had been down this journey of seeking awakeness and consciousness. And having it fall into my lap, quite honestly, it wasn't something I was necessarily looking for, but it started down the journey of me trying to find clarity in my life and trying to find foundation. And then the next thing I know, I was meditating and practicing yoga and watching countless documentaries about being awakened and consciousness. I even met a fellow colleague the other day, and she shared with me her crystals and how they inspire and move her. One of the things that's so profound about all of this is that we are all connected in one shape or form. And we are connected not just as human beings, but we're connected to the earth. We are connected to everything that is around us. We are connected to the universe. Why would we think otherwise? And with that, sometimes the universe might speak to you and may say to you, do you know why you're here? Do you know why you're here? If you're listening to this, it's because you may be asking the same questions, or the universe is tapping at you with like, yo, you. I know it did for me. And for that reason, that's why meditation came about, because I was trying to find my purpose. However, in even doing so and going through my coach mastery and my courses around life and health certification, it came to pass that really what we all are in pursuit of is our purpose and happiness. So how do we get there? How do we overcome the blocks that I call it? The blocks meaning the stress, those things to which we call our suffering, as Buddha would refer to it. how do we get past that? I wrote down so many feverish notes from my journey. As I mentioned before, I'm on a different journey. And there are just a couple of things I want to leave for you. If you've thought about meditation, what is it? Why should I do it? Is this for me? First off, meditation is coming into focus, your inner self. It's taking the time to just pay attention and to listen to your body. We pay a lot. We pay a lot of attention to people, places, and things. But very often, very rarely, I should say, do we really pay attention to ourselves, to what our body is telling us, what our mind is telling us, what our heart is telling us. We may hear it when it says we're full, or we have a headache, or we're sleepy, or we want to go lay down, or we feel blah. But do we ever really take the time to sit and really pay attention to what the Spirit, meaning you, is telling you about who you are, and what is your purpose? So profound. I'll say that it's liberating, and I encourage you to take the time. It only has to be 2 minutes of your day, 3 minutes of your day, 4 minutes of your day. You do not have to necessarily go or be in any particular place to meditate. But I will tell you the benefits. It strengthens you. It strengthens your consciousness. It brings you your many sums of your parts together into wholeness, to recognize what it is that you're set out to do today, here and now. It alleviates suffering. When you are thinking about how beautiful a being you are and how magnificent you are and how the sum of you have gotten you to this point where you are now, you're no longer thinking about pain. You're no longer thinking about depression or anxiety. You're thinking about the beauty of being, because there's a true beauty in just that. Meditation does that. It also improves your memory. I'm waiting for that part. But I will say that there are times where I am reminded of things just by sitting in my consciousness, things that I hadn't really thought about before that have happened in my past.